I'm talking about the scene of Patroclus' death, killed by Hector. And Patroclus, even while dying, not only kind of taunts Hector, "You're not really the one who killed me," but he goes on to say, basically, "You're next. Your death is not far off." And in Greek, in the society of the Homeric epic, when someone makes a prophecy at death, it carries added credibility, added respect, and added power. So this is not just Patroclus saying something like, "I wish you're going to be the next one after me," or even, as someone might say, in a kind of exchange of taunts or insults. It's Patroclus giving a kind of oracular prediction of Hector's death. But look how Hector responds. He says, "Why prophesy my death, Patroclus? Who knows? Achilles, son of Thetis, may go down first under my spear." So Hector, and you see here Homer highlighting the humanity of Hector. And by the humanity of Hector, what I really mean here is not that this is a very, quote, human response, but Hector doesn't know the future. Hector's like, "Well, you're saying that I'm going to be killed next, but we're human. We don't know what's going to happen. It could be me, could be Achilles." So Hector, in this sense, is operating, as are most of the Homeric characters, inside the narrative. But notice the difference between Hector and Achilles. Achilles is told by his mother, who happens to be a goddess, "You have two fates. You can fight and get glory, and you not may die, but you will die. Or you can go back and you can resume life in your old country, and you will live a long life, but nobody will have heard of you." And so with Achilles, it's a matter of choosing not among the... Hector is moving in the uncertainty of life, the way you and I are. We don't know what's going to come next, but Achilles is not. And so this is one important difference between Hector and Achilles. There's an earlier scene in Book 12 where Hector is approached by a soothsayer named Polydamas, who essentially tells Hector, "Don't go out and fight right now. The omens are not good." And again, Hector, "You want me to obey birds, Polydamas? I don't care which way birds fly, right to the sunrise or left to the dusk." And he goes on to say, "Why should you be afraid of combat?" And he goes, "If I catch you telling this nonsense to anybody else, in other words, if I catch you holding back from battle or talking anybody else out of fighting, you will lose your life at the point of my spear." So again, Hector, he doesn't know. In fact, he's an unsuperstitious man, at least by the standards of the Homeric epic. So this is one key difference between Hector and Achilles. In a sense, Achilles is more than mortal, in the sense that he knows the future. He knows his future, and he's in a remarkable position of choosing his fate, his destiny. Hector, of course, is not. Now, I want to make the broader point here, and maybe I'll pick this up next time, that with Homer, you have this amazing phenomenon. Hector and Achilles are the two main characters of the Iliad. They are the two heroes of the Iliad, and obviously Achilles on the Greek side. Now, Homer is a Greek. And Hector is on the alien or the Trojan side, the enemy side. And you might expect that Homer would give humanity, all the kind of noble attributes of humanity, to Achilles, and make Hector kind of inhuman and cold and some kind of a savage figure. Not at all. It's the exact opposite. For Homer, Hector is the epitome of humanity. And there's something about Achilles that is both simultaneously less than human and more than human. We see that, of course, in the knowledge of the future, the factor I stressed today, but you also see it in other factors. You see it in the fact that Hector is a family man and Achilles is not. Hector has normal human motives for fighting. He would rather not, but he doesn't. He feels shame. He wants to protect his society. He knows the future of his country is at stake. He has a sense of filial duty, and that's why he fights. He's very different motives than Achilles, who is in a sense subtracted even from Greek society. He's isolated. His motives for fighting, both at the beginning, which is his own honor, and then later fighting for revenge, have really nothing to do with the Greeks. He doesn't really care about whether the Greeks win or lose. It's all about he needs to avenge Patroclus. He's fighting in a sense as an isolated individual and not as Hector is, as a member of a flourishing human community.
Subscribe to the Dinesh D'Souza podcast on Apple, Google, and Spotify, or watch on Rumble, YouTube, and SalemNow.com.